Hi y'all, welcome to Williams Weather. I'm sure you already know severe weather wreaked havoc across the deep south. Is there any more severe weather on the horizon? And will this warm up that we're having here in the eastern part of the country gonna last? We'll be breaking it all down coming up in this video. I'm in a millibar jet stream. This is what determines our upcoming weather pattern. You can see we've got this big trough that's set up over the eastern part of the country. This is what resulted in that big tornado outbreak yesterday. And that really took us by surprise as tornadoes weren't forecasted to be the main threat. This tornado outbreak impacted Kentucky all the way down into these deep south states in Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi. Let's go ahead and take a look at the upcoming weather pattern to see if there is any severe weather on the horizon to worry about. As that trough gets out of here by the weekend, we are going to be in a little bit of a ridging pattern early on in the week. Front of the sun, dry conditions are in store before an upper level low is going to be coming through the middle of the country into the eastern part of the country by the beginning of the week. And that'll be getting out of here before another system comes through by the end of the week. And a little bit of a ridging pattern setting up by the weekend before another system comes through by the 22nd. This could be a pretty big storm system as well. Now we'll keep y'all updated on the Williams Weather Facebook page if anything does change. That'll be getting out of here. And another ridge is going to be setting up by the 24th before another storm system comes through by the 26th. And then we're sort of in uncertain territory as far as models go because we're over 300 hours out. Go ahead and we'll take a look at the simulated radar. As you already know, there's a big winter storm that's setting up over the Appalachian region today. I'll show you on radar Omega. There are currently winter storm warnings issued. This goes until Saturday at 7 o'clock in the morning for 2 to 6 inches of snow down here in the lower elevations. Winds gusting upwards of 40 mile an hour in the foothills. 12 to 24 inches of snowfall across the upper elevations by Mount LeConte. We already have a storm chaser out there. Storm chaser Vince Welty. You see storm chaser Vince Welty's already en route to the Smoky Mountains. He's going to be covering this winter storm on the ground. So make sure you go follow him. He'll keep y'all updated on these road conditions. After that storm system rolls out of the country, like we still got that atmospheric river event going on out west, bringing lots of rain and lots of snow. Before that moves eastward, and big storm system's going to be rolling through the plains in the Ohio Valley again. It looks like that storm system's going to be coming through the area early on this week, bringing some snowfall over Nebraska into Iowa, into Minnesota and Wisconsin early on in the week. It's going to bring lots of rainfall, spanning from Michigan all the way down in the deep south as well. I don't expect this to be a big severe weather event. I just expect a lot of rain and lots of flooding as that gets out of the area. So we're sort of coming into a dry period before another storm system rolls through, bringing lots of snowfall to Iowa, into Wisconsin, into southern Minnesota, bringing some sleet and ice to southern Michigan, and lots of rainfall south of that. There's lots of snow happening out west over in the mountain states of Utah and Idaho. And that moves out. And then another storm system comes into focus by the 22nd, bringing a big snowstorm to Missouri, into southeast Kansas, into northeast Oklahoma, and potential severe weather in Georgia. Now this is over 200 hours out, so do take this with a grain of salt. Anything can change and will. And this will move northeastward into Illinois and Indiana by the 23rd and starts to impact the northeast states and gets out of the country by the 24th. So dealing with lots of snow over out west before another nasty storm system comes through and brings a potential ice storm from what this model's saying. Now this will change. This is 354 hours out, so it will most likely change. This says it will be a potential ice storm to the Ohio Valley area into Iowa, as it looks like there could be a big ice storm in southern Iowa. And then big blizzard-like conditions up here in the Dakotas into Nebraska, and still doing a lot of precip out west. Let's look at the 6 to 10 day temperature and precipitation outlook. It looks like much of the country is going to be dealing with well above average temperatures, except for the southwest part of the country, where you're all going to be below normal here in the blue. Now, as far as the 8 to 14 day outlook, as far as temperatures go, it looks like just the eastern part of the country is going to be dealing with above average temperatures, and it looks like that cold winter is going to be coming into the southwest part of the country. So winter's here, y'all. I don't think winter's gone yet. And it looks like as far as precipitation goes, much of the country is going to be dealing with above average precip, except for down there in southwest part of Texas. Now, as far as 8 to 14 day outlook goes, it looks like the western part of the country is going to be getting a break from that atmospheric river thing, as you're going to be below normal. It looks like much of the country is going to be dealing with above average precip. Now, how warm will it actually get for the upcoming days? Now, it does say it's going to be above average, but that doesn't mean we're going to be dealing with summer-like temperatures here in wintertime. It just means above average for this time of year. Okay, I'm going to just push this forward. You can pick out your location. It looks like leading up into early this week, date and time are right here, not over here. Look over here. It looks like by 8 o'clock on the 14th, you're dealing with some cold temperatures, but well above average for this time of year. It looks like a major heat waves can be stretching from Texas all the way into Missouri by the 16th. Looks like the eastern part of the country is going to be dealing with some nice temperatures early this week. Looks like up there in the Dakotas, you're dealing with some single-digit temperatures. Looks like that pattern is going to be continuing warm down south and really frigid up north, but well above average for this time of year. In desert southwest, y'all are going to be below average for the next 14 days. As you can see, dealing with some 70s down by Alabama, Georgia, and Mississippi, down to Louisiana as well. It's going to be pretty nice down there by the 25th. For another cold snap comes through by the 27th. Now keep in mind, winter's not over yet. We're just getting started, so don't get used to these warm temperatures. As far as severe weather goes for the next 3 days, we already know we had that severe weather outbreak yesterday, but it looks like no severe weather is expected, just some minor thunderstorms. Looks like you got thunderstorm outlook for eastern Oklahoma, western Arkansas, southwest Missouri into southeast Kansas. As far as travel impacts for winter weather goes, for the next 3 days, we already know out west we got the major travel impacts for California as that atmospheric rivers sweeping through, impacting the western part of the country. And it looks like in the Appalachians, y'all going to be dealing with minor impacts. As I zoom in to Smoky Mountains, like y'all going to be dealing with some major travel impacts from this winter storm. Now, as far as flooding goes, for much of the country, out west, you're still dealing with the flooding the next 3 days. As I pull up the National Weather Service alerts, you see you got the winter storm advisories and warnings. Got winter storm warning up there in Maine. Winter weather advisories in New York, spinning all the way down into Ohio. That's due to some lake effect snow bands. Like we got some blizzard warnings and winter storm warnings out into the upper elevations of California. And still got some flash flood watches out in California as well. It was caused by that tornado outbreak yesterday. Now here's what we do know. 7 fatalities are confirmed. That's just in Alabama alone. And there's also 2 deaths in Georgia as well. Most notably a long track EF1 tornado in Alabama lasting over 30 miles, approximately 104 miles an hour. There's also one in Kentucky as well that was rated an EF1. And they're still doing damage surveys to know how strong these violent tornadoes were. Here's some damage right here in Selma at a Cross Point Christian daycare. 70 children were in that building, ranging from 6 weeks to 5 years, and there was only one minor injury to a baby. There's just a small cut on her cheek and forehead. And here's a picture of the actual tornado. There's a comparison to the April 27, 2011 Tuscaloosa tornado. You see there's vortices outside of that. That's what we call it, a multi-vortex tornado. That's a very, very strong tornado. Now that one don't have a rating just yet. Now if I had to rate it, I'd rate it an EF3. And that event yesterday really took us by surprise. It wasn't really going to be a big tornado event. It's mainly just going to be a damaging wind event until that 10% chance for strong tornadoes was issued. I'll show you a video of it crossing Air 65 in Verbena. Right there. And I'll show you another picture of the tornado. See those tentacles? That's something you never want to see from a tornado. It caused a lot of damage and some deaths from that as well. Another angle of it. This is why we always say, even if it's a slight risk, there's a 2% chance for tornadoes. Do take it seriously. If there's a tornado warning issued, even if it's radar indicated, do take shelter. A storm shelter, a basement, a closet, bathroom. Have as many walls between you and the outside as possible, because you don't know if that tornado is on the ground or not. And even if it's on the ground and you don't see it, it could still come your way, and you'd be grateful if you took shelter, because it could save your life. I mean, it's not the tornado that's dangerous, it's mainly the debris too. You could have 2x4s that come through your house, and if you're outside in that, and 2x4s and branches come flying at you, you'd want to be in that shelter. Especially during a day like yesterday, that's a prime example. You can see another view of that big tornado that hit Prattville. That's why I think that tornado was on the ground for quite a while. Now again, it's not rare to see tornadoes in January down there in the deep south, as severe weather spans from November all the way through May. Tornado outbreak like this is really unheard of. Now, I'm thinking it's going to be a pretty big severe weather season this year, and I will have some live streams this year, probably later on this year, so do look forward to that. So that'll do it for this video, y'all. Sum this video up after that big storm system rolls out of the country. Looks like it's gonna be dry and warm for quite a while out east before a big storm system rolls through the eastern part of the country early this week, bringing snowfall to the north and some rain showers down south. I don't expect any severe weather for a while. It looks like out west, the atmospheric river event's gonna be coming to an end as well. So if you like the content, please consider hitting that like button. Comment below. Any feedback is appreciated. Tell me if I missed anything, or tell me what y'all want to see on this channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Don't forget to share the content and hit the bell notification, that little bell icon thing next to it. And I appreciate all y'all for tuning into these videos. And until next time, never stop forecasting.